So now let's talk about AWS App Runner. So App Runner is a service that takes either a container image, a Docker image, or your source code, and then it's going to actually run it for you on the cloud. The way you do so is that you configure the settings of how you want to run your code or how you want to run your container image. So you set up number of vCPU, RAM, auto scaling, health checks, and so on. And then in one click, it's created and deployed, and you can access your application using a URL from App Runner itself. So it's a fully managed service that makes it easy to deploy web applications and APIs at scale. You don't need to have any infrastructure experience required. Everything is done by App Runner behind the scenes. So you start with your source code or container image, and then automatically App Runner is going to build it and deploy the web app for you. You get automatic scaling, it's highly available, you have a load balancer, and you have encryption. You also can access resources within your VPC, so you can connect to databases, to cache, to message queue services, and so on. So as I said, you can get started directly from a Docker image, or if you wanted to, you can build from your source code. So if you have code in Python, in Node.js, and Java, you can start from that and directly use the App Runner service. It's very important to remember this. Now for use cases, we have web apps, APIs, microservices, and rapid production deployments. So let's look at an architecture using App Runner in a multi-region architecture. So we have two regions, US East 1 and US West 2. And first of all, we want to start with a Docker image. So we're going to have an image on the ECR registry, but we've learned about the cross-region replication feature of ECR, and therefore that image can be replicated to another region. Therefore, in the first region, we can start using the App Runner service, and it's going to leverage that image, and we can persist data in the DynamoDB table. We also know that DynamoDB tables can be globally replicated, so we can replicate it to another region, and then run the App Runner service in that other region as well, connecting to the same image and connecting to the same data source through DynamoDB. So now we have a very good setup in two regions, but how do we distribute our traffic across regions? Well, for this, very simple. We can use route 53, where we set up a latency type of record that points to both endpoints of App Runners, and then automatically your user is going to be redirected to the best endpoint in terms of latency. So that's it for this lecture. I hope you liked it, and I will see you in the next lecture.